too much of a toll on me.
Listen, this is gonna be straight spoilers. Like no spoiler free because this episode.
Well, hold on.
Man.
First, we introduce ourselves. Got to do it every time.
Okay. So, what's up, everybody? This is Bryce from Geekosity. This is Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 3, titled The Long Night.
Yep. And you also got Zach here.
I'm Isaiah.
He's a little down. He's a little hurt, even though I should be the most hurt because my death pool.
Wait, let's just go for the quickest spoiler-free review of the episode. Did you like it?
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
It was awesome.
There we go. That's it. That's all you need to know is holy shit. Oh my god, it was awesome.
Anyone who actually cares, avoid the internet until you watch this episode because it's gonna be spoilers everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Fucking everywhere.
All right, let's jump into it.
Oh boy.
I think I said her first episode. If not, I was definitely sorry. Excuse the plane that just went by. But if I didn't say her, Lady Mormont.
Lyanna Mormont.
The bear. Oh man, it hurt. It hurt to watch that. Like
her crush.
Oh man, like he crushed a little girl. Like we all knew she wasn't gonna make it out, but still,
you could hear the bones.
He
crack.
being a frost giant.
Oh.
Do you think that was Loki?
I think it was the same one. I think it was the one that they had. One of the ones they had killed.
There were two who went to Hearthome, right? And one died.
Yeah.
And
I think one died.
The other one, the last giant. What happened to the last giant? Wasn't he still alive?
Still alive.
He died in No, he wasn't still alive. He died.
Oh, he died in Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
That's right. He died in Battle of the Bastards. That was
Ramsay killed him.
Yeah,
he finished him off. But
that's right. He made a comment about killing the last giant, didn't he? Didn't he?
No, he didn't because he had died back right after. But we're not going over episodes because we don't want to keep this super long.
No. Today, long night.
We're keeping this straight. This episode, it's a lot to like unravel and unpack because this is like we just finished watching this, so this is really like just vomit thoughts.
Lyanna's death was brutal, but it was badass as shit because she made it cool.
Oh yeah, she was David Goliath it and didn't survive though.
No, no kidding.
But she still did it.
Ed died very abruptly.
At least if you study or if you've watched enough stuff to catch
the death triggers.
Yeah, so there's not just triggers because there's always little things. So like,
well, it was the moment the camera came at him at that angle.
Panned. Yeah, when the camera pans,
and then when he stopped moving and you couldn't see behind him because it was off screen, you knew he had to die.
Yeah, those are cinematographer tricks. Yeah. It's like if you watch enough stuff, you'll pick up on when that's about to happen. So yeah, the moment he saved Sam, stopped and was trying to get Sam up, and then they both just stood, and it was like, dude, turn around, never turn your back to an army, never turn your back to an undead army, and then knife through the throat.
Yep.
Shockingly, Sam's still alive.
Sam made it.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. That one to me it's a little bullshit. I love it, but it's a little bullshit. I mean, dude was being overrun by zombies at least 4 times on screen, at least 3 to 4 times on screen.
Yeah, but everyone else saved his ass.
Yeah, everyone.
We didn't even see him get saved that time because last time we saw him, he was being overrun again. John looked, and John knew he had a mission, and he left him.
It's just heavily implied that everyone has to protect Sam.
Well, that and also he was already on a pile of corpses, practically buried by corpses.
True. Yeah. And I don't understand. And I mean, okay, we know that they. I mean, listening to them talk about it after their after like little talk, they didn't want to murder everyone in this episode because you could see arguably everyone should have died. Arguably about 90% of people should have died.
Killed half the cast easily.
Arguably 90%.
In the middle of this episode, I actually had a thought for a moment that they were going to murder everyone at Winterfell, and then the Night King would win, move on, kill everyone at King's Landing, and then there would be a new series after this in a post-apocalyptic scenario. That would have been the craziest ending, and I don't know if I would have been happy or disappointed or what the fuck at that, but it would have been very interesting to see how crazy that got.
Yeah, and shout out to Timothy once again watching live.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh no, Leon. Lady Mormont absolutely went out perfectly. Like it hurts because I love her. Like the moment from the first time she popped on screen, I was like, I love that character so much.
It was fascinating when they said in the behind the scenes stuff that they just intended for her to be a one scene character.
But I mean the presence, because like we said before, you never imagine a child actor to carry the presence that she did in this type of show.
Yeah.
And it was just like, no, we got to bring her back. We have to give her an ending that's fitting to the character that she portrayed.
I thought it was good. I thought it made sense.
Yeah, and then now let's talk about. Oh, did you want to say something like that? Okay, let's jump into.
That was 2.
Yeah, planes. So we're gonna close this real quick so we don't have to keep hearing these planes go by. But let's jump right into.
I mean, we could just.
Who should we talk? Because we talked about Sam.
And
we talked
Ed.
about Ed. We talked about.
Gendry hardly had any screen time.
Gendry
Yeah,
had a
Gendry. Okay, we still didn't see Gendry survive, so Gendry could be dead.
Okay, hold on. We're skirting around the bigger issue of this episode of there was 2/3 of it that were well shot, and then there was 1/3 of it that was garbage because it was the Bourne supremacy. We're just gonna switch camera angles constantly. Everything's gonna be
honestly,
chaotic and moving, but nothing rendered properly, and you just couldn't see. And the entire episode was fucking dark.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it was HBO's fault for doing
yeah,
this, but
yeah. I was about to say that.
For like a second in the fucking show, it's like the entire show dipped in frames.
Yes.
And it was
Yeah.
a lot of CGI on the screen too, and we were like, oh.
No. So for one, we gotta always remember because this happened. So it's gotten better when HBO Now first came out. Trying to watch Game of Thrones live,
I tried.
It's terrible. It was terrible.
I tried watching Game of Thrones when HBO Now first came out at all, and it was one of the worst things I had ever seen. They didn't have a slider for quality. It didn't adjust properly. Its full screen was shit. It was awful. It was one of the worst experiences I ever had.
Right. So honestly, quality wise, let's be real. This is gonna be way better on Blu-ray. Like once, you're gonna be able to see everything. It's still gonna be dark and everything because it's the long night. You can't have this.
But it was so dark. It was too dark that you couldn't see anything. And I
think that was the purpose of the episode. You noticed that it was pitch black in the very beginning, and then it became super fucking bright at the end.
It was supposed to be like. Well, for one, because the night went on.
Yeah, the night went on. It was darkest right before the dawn.
Yeah,
and all that shit.
And then, but what it was also
fighting,
the horror feel.
They wanted that horror. They were fighting for like a good 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
You said they were what?
Seems like they were fighting for a good 2 hours straight.
They probably were.
That entire battle.
But
they probably were.
Those constant camera shifts for like a quarter second, focusing on a single action, that really did not sit well with me. It felt like they wanted you to see everything, but they couldn't focus on what they wanted to focus on for longer than a half second. And they wanted to please so many people, they couldn't focus on just giving them what they needed to see.
Yeah, I can accept that. Like, it wasn't the most. I think Hard Home and Battle of the Bastards were better shot.
I agree.
Battles. I think they were absolutely better shot battles.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, oh shit.
What?
I think I agree. I think Hard Home. So he kept saying he agreed because I had muted my mic, on accident. So what I was saying was I think Hard Home was a absolute better shot battle,
yep.
And I think Battle of the Bastards was a better shot battle versus this one.
Yeah,
this one was absolutely. It was great. It was great. It might I'm gonna have to watch it again and see if it stands up to be a better episode than Hard Home, but I would absolutely say it beats Battle of Blackwater for me.
Oh well, absolutely.
That battle sucks in this show.
The battle sucks. I mean, Battle of Blackwater had literally one great moment. We all know the ships being blown up.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of want to say it kind of still beats I think it beats Battle of Black Castle. Castle Black. Battle of Castle Black.
Which one? This one beats that?
The Free Folk one.
No, but
it definitely beats the zombie one.
The
Battle
this one. The Battle of Winterfell.
Yes, the battle. Yes, the Long Night. Yeah. I think it does.
I would agree if we're talking about the whole thing.
The whole thing. I mean, like the episode.
Yes, I would agree.
The episode, like
once they stopped, the moment they got everyone from outside of the gates, after that it was far more cohesive.
Oh well, yeah, because they could. But it was
the moment that everyone
less CGI.
No, it's like when they weren't as spread out, they had more focus.
Yeah,
they understood what they had to focus on in each moment. Because I think we only got 2 shots of Brienne after they got into the gate, maybe 3 or 4 shots of Jaime after they got into the gate, another 3 or 4 of Sam.
Because once they got inside, more so it was just it became about the destruction on the inside.
Yes.
And the main characters kind of just fighting back and trying to fight back.
I wonder what the new intro is going to be. So we didn't talk about the biggest thing in this episode. Let's start with the beginning of it. Hang on. So Arya's character in the beginning.
I was waiting.
We're gonna crescendo up until that end.
Yeah.
So
man.
she had her shit covered most of the time. Like, she was calm, cool, collected, always fighting, looking at every strategic option to survive. Now, it was really rough when she got overwhelmed. And I thought the idea of her seeing all the whites running up the stairways and her just being like, fuck it, I'm going to roll over them.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she lost her weapon.
Yeah, in that moment. Because, you could see, and that what I really loved what they did with Arya and what Macy did to, portraying her was that you could see her slowly crack as the episode progressed. Mm-hmm. As the more she fought, the more she realized, holy shit, this is actually becoming a little futile. You can see her just cracking slowly,
and then her
cracking even more.
Her makeup also showed that she got hurt on the head. She got more dirt and scratches and blood on her.
And but it just like that. Just that facade, not the facade, but the because Arya's just like leading up to this. She's just like, all right, it's the dead. But and this is the thing that I was saying before. Nobody understands, and nobody truly understands what fighting the dead is like if you've never fought that. So you think, okay, yes, I'm fighting the dead, but you don't understand just how brutal it is because they like. As we saw, they don't stop. They overwhelm. You hit one and you think, okay, it can go down, and it might not. And then it's just like, and
they're
fight.
Not concerned with their own bodies.
Right, and that's the because who was what am I trying to read? Oh, so it always reminded me of so Aragon, right? So Aragon in one of the books, the main villain. He casted a spell on his people so that they couldn't feel any pain.
Oh, well,
so
that was Eldest. In
yeah.
Eldest, they just revealed Galbat's Heart used a mini spell so that they would fight until they died, even if it meant crawling and everything in their body was broken.
Yeah, so it was like, and they were called, the men without pain. So that was the first time I had ever like really kind of read something and really kind of got that sense of like, holy crap. Going up against someone who feels no pain is probably the worst thing imaginable.
Yeah. Same for me. That was the
because
first
you can't stop. You can't stop until they're either hacked to pieces or their head is gone.
Yep.
Because otherwise they're gonna keep going, and that's what the zombies were like. Granted, having the dragon stone helped a lot because it's like, okay, one or two the dragon glass. Why I keep saying dragon stone?
Because dragon stone is the place they got the dragon glass.
Yes,
from.
You're right. Dragon glass having it helped a lot, but. You can see, like, you have in the beginning, people were running away. Like, some people, like that one dude, you can see just camera he was like, nope, I'm out, and just dipped.
Hey man, who could forget the greatest start to a battle ever? The Dothraki flaming rocks
and just died.
And then silence.
And then died.
Like you see all those flames just slowly
go out.
And that was a great shot.
There was one left for like less than a second at the end. There was one left in the middle of the black, and then it got extinguished.
Yeah, because I mean, we saw it start. They hit that army, and it was just boom, overran. And it was just like, oh yeah, this is going bad.
I was right. Ghost does have a superpower. he charged in with the first.
He charged in with Jorah.
With Jorah in the 1st Battalion of Dothraki, and then we never saw him again for the rest of the episode.
He just phased through the ground.
Watch he come back next episode limping, and everybody's just gonna be like, dude,
how?
They gave you another budget again. they gave you another 5,000 to make it to the episode for 3 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Like they legit do not. But I get it. We saw the dragon fight.
The dragon fight.
We saw the dragon fight.
That
so let's jump
good.
into it because I want to get through it in like the kind of progressive order before we get to what happens at the very end. So let's jump to the dragon fight.
That shit was fucking great. I was so down for this.
Oh man, Jon sucks on the dragon.
Yeah, he does suck on the dragon.
But he also doesn't know the word for fire.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Why didn't she tell him the word?
She doesn't know. He doesn't know Dracarys.
Yeah.
Well, he also doesn't know how she trained them, which she didn't tell him for some reason.
Which was like, why would you give him a dragon? Because they never breathed fire at all that entire fight until the end. No.
She made them breathe fire. The undead Viserion breathed fire.
Yeah. He breathed his blue fire, but I'm talking about them two. The entire fight, they were just trying to bite, trying to get away.
Oh wait,
they never once tried to attack with fire, which is like it's interesting to me because I'm like,
well, it's not like
you have 2 dragons against 1.
Yeah, but Viserion's fire didn't do anything to Drogon.
Yeah, he hit his tail pretty hard.
Yeah, and that didn't even affect him at all.
True. So I mean, okay, but that's reasonable.
So, but yeah, the biting and the scratching and the fucking was rough.
That was the dragon fight, and I had said before, I was like, this episode gives us the thing that Aragorn never could on screen. The dragon fight. Dragons fighting. Like, and we finally got it, and it looked great.
It looked amazing.
It was a great scene.
But then the creme de la creme of that fight when they knocked him off, and then Daenerys just fired him, and he made it through the dragon fire.
Yeah,
and that smile.
Said, they didn't have any reason to believe or not believe that the fire would work on him.
And then they just said, "Okay, we're gonna try it," which was smart.
They alluded to it in the last episode too.
And
do we know Dragon Fire will kill the White Walkers? No one's ever tried.
That smirk though, that smirk, because he's always been so calm faced the entire time, and then he gets hit with the fire, walks out, and just smirks like, yeah. He said, "I'm the Covington kid now, bitch."
Yeah, John just like falling on the ground too, and he's just.
Oh, when he fell off Rhaegar, Rhaegar. What is it?
Rhaegar. And then he's like, "I'm a fucking."
No, I want to say it's something else.
Rhaegar is the guy he's based on, but the dragon's name are slightly different.
Yeah.
Viserion is Viserys. Drogon is Drogo, and I believe his name is Rakaro because it's not Rhaegar exactly.
Yeah.
So, John's on the ground. He's like,
Rhaegal.
So he just charges the Night King like, I'm gonna fucking take you out. And before he gets to him, he just starts making the gesture to raise the dead. And he's like, oh fuck.
I gotta run.
He's running. He starts running. He's like, okay, let me try to get faster. But look, he's no Gendry.
No, he can't run for 12 hours straight.
He's no goddamn Gendry. Okay, we all knew he wasn't gonna make it because he is not the fastest runner. We all knew that last season.
He's also got a sword with him that he's carrying.
Oh my god! That still cracks me up.
I love that scene.
It is the dumbest scene ever.
But it was awesome.
It was fun watching, but it was like really he ran for like 12 hours straight. Impossible. Not even marathon runners can run for that long.
This is a fantasy setting, Bryce. We're in fantasy
world. So he had pure fucking
pure undead adrenaline. Have marathon runners ever seen the dead rise from the graves?
True, and you know what he also knew? He knew Arya was coming.
You mean that he was gonna come?
He knew they both were gonna come. So he said I had to make it back. I can't stop. Because if I stop, I'm not getting any.
If I don't stop, I'll never get to see her naked.
Quick question. Quick big question. This is the big boy questions. Is Gendry a lolicon?
No, she came.
She's 18.
He accepted it.
She's 18.
No, he doesn't. Lolicon doesn't have.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nah,
because they say if you see, they say no, her body actually is pretty
There's
womanly. Her body's pretty womanly.
She's
small.
She's skinny.
She's a very small woman, but her body's. I mean, she arguably has big.
Put it down as a yes.
I'm gonna put it down as a no.
I'm gonna put it down as a no. You're overruled on that one.
No.
Sorry, man.
She's not flat chested. She's not like uncurved. She doesn't look like a 10-year-old little boy. She's
not that. She's not short enough to be a lolly.
Anyways,
let's go back. Let's get back.
No, this segues into Arya's thing of her running through the fucking halls.
Her hiding from the undead.
Oh, they just said, okay, horror. We need to go all horror on this moment.
Was it agoraphobia?
Agoraphobia was the starting out where it was all
big, wide open. It's like it's terrifying to be inside out in the courtyards because anything can attack you.
And then you bring it inside.
Yeah, that was her. Her using all of her skills that she learned in that library to make it out was just awesome. And it was tension. Like when I tell you, my heart was racing the entire time I was watching it. It was just like, okay, because They shot it in a great horror way where I honestly thought she was gonna turn around and a White was gonna be standing right next.
Well, she did do that.
That one time, but I thought it was gonna do it earlier. I thought it was gonna happen.
No,
way earlier.
It was gonna be at the very end whenever they did it. They did it a lot longer than I thought.
Which is great. Which is really great.
As if she turned the corner and it was somebody living that she killed.
I was thinking exactly that was gonna happen.
I'm like, oh shit.
But it was honestly amazing. Just that long shot of her doing that, like just trying to get through, and then she's like, all right, she makes it out. She closes the door and she's kind of like, whew, and then she just hears. She just hears him. She just hears him
tapping,
and she's just like, "Oh fuck!" And then they break through the door in front of her.
Went through all that shit and then they came up from the library too because they heard it break down.
And she was just like, "Fuck!"
No, but the best idea of her was where she grabbed a book and she just
threw it.
Tossed it.
Yeah, she drew the aggro away from her. Yeah, that's some Last of Us shit right there.
That's
throw this brick.
Yeah, that's always. I mean, but that's pretty much any stealth action scene. It's always okay.
As best as possible. By the way, she is fucking fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, but she's been training. She's been training for a long time. But I love like by the time she made it out, you could tell it was kind of. She was just like, okay, this is a little too much right now. Like this is getting a little bit too much right now because you could see it on her face. She's just like, yeah, it was rough. She went from okay to
and then that led into her fighting off with Sandy and Beric Dondarrion.
Yeah,
one of my favorite named characters in this whole show.
So what were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, she met up with Beric Dondarrion.
And
Sandy.
And he was number 3.
Beric unfortunately gave himself to save Arya, but that was his main purpose in life.
Yeah. Yep, that was his mission. That was everyone had a purpose. Everyone had a mission, and I mean, we said it before last episode.
Theon's gonna die.
Let's get right to it because before we jumped, she meets Melisandre in the room.
What do we say to death?
Not today.
Not today.
Because Melisandre just knows how to be everywhere somehow. She just knows.
She can see the future, kind of.
Yes.
She has like future sight.
She's
That's kind of wrong.
No,
sometimes.
she was.
It's interpretation.
Remember, she was also in not Melisandre, fucking Arya too. Arya, thank God she has such good awareness of everything. So she remembered the entire plan of like, Bran's gonna be in the Godwood, and
they're gonna come.
They're gonna come for him, and she's like, "Fuck, I'm going. I'm doing it."
Fuck it. That's the best place to go.
Well, I mean, yeah, she said it. She said you killed a lot you
closed the eyes
of a lot of people. Brown eyes,
green eyes,
and then she
blue
paused.
eyes.
But that was the whole. She paused and then looked at her, blue eyes, and that's when Arya knows it's up to me.
Well, that's when Arya knows. Blue eyes, white dragon. Kaiba's in there somewhere.
So yeah, but Melisandre, just her last helpful thing. I mean, she helped a decent amount in this battle.
I mean, yeah, she lit the fire.
Yeah, she lit the Aurochs on fire, which lasted for a grand total of 1 minute.
She also lit the
honestly,
fucking,
I think it lasted a little bit longer.
You're right.
Than
She lit the trench. She lit the
Which
trench.
That's what I meant.
She lit the
trench.
was terrified of that.
I told you, that's what I meant. She lit the trench.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and
because it didn't matter.
It lasted about honestly, if you go real time.
It gave them a second to breathe.
Yeah, it probably lasted about a good 15 minutes before Night King just said fuck it.
There's one thing I don't understand, and this is probably a good time to talk about it because we're gonna go into it. What was Bran actually doing in the Crows? He said, "I'm going to go now." And
he was surveying.
He was surveilling the area. He was trying to find him.
But they had already found.
No, they didn't. Not yet.
No, they did.
That was the first.
No, they went from the Crow shot into the dragon battle.
No, they went to the crow shot
to find him. Then they bounced back.
King on the dragon,
but
he led into the battle.
But he didn't bounce back long after that happened.
Oh, let's talk about that time after. No, he just kept surveying.
Yeah, but why?
Because
what did that? I mean,
okay, no. Honestly, he's right. Bran has zero fucking point except being bait. Like that's all he is. He's just bait.
Like I know he likes to be animals, but his whole thing was he liked to be Summer, and then Summer died.
See, according to the creators, there was originally they were supposed to make him less robotic. So maybe now that he's completed his mission of not dying by the Night King,
he'll go back to a little more Bran.
Yeah, because according to the books, the one-eyed raven in the three-eyed raven in the book is himself still.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't gotten that.
Yeah, well, in the book, he's still himself. Like, he still has the same personality. He's the three-eyed raven, but he's not super robotic. Like, I don't have a personality.
Yeah, I would have liked it better if he had an actual personality in them.
And that's what they.
Well,
that's what they were supposed to.
I think it might have just fallen on the actor, though. That might have been the issue.
No, it's them. They wrote it like that. They wrote it for him to consider himself not Bran anymore, which is just stupid to me. But
that was weird.
Yeah, Bran's whole purpose was to literally just be bait. And Timothy said he thinks Bran was uploading his three-eyed raven ass as backup in case Arya didn't make it.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought the same thing.
I would have believed it.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, so what are you gonna do? You gonna send all the ravens at him and just peck him and try to peck him to
death? We
got
him, guys.
No, maybe
got him.
He's gonna download his brain into like tons of ravens. So then he'd be the many-eyed raven.
The many.
Oh my god! Like I said, like that.
Warg ravens.
He really
multiple people.
He really had no purpose other than to do like his purpose in the show. At least this season was to tell Jon who he was.
Yes.
To inform everybody what the Night King wanted.
Yes.
Which, in my opinion, the Night King's whole purpose for wanting to do the Lone Night is still unresolved, and we still didn't understand why. I mean, is he angry?
But that's probably
I get it.
No, but that's probably the point, Bryce. He's supposed to be a force of nature that's mysterious and beyond human understanding.
Yeah, the books does it better, but
it does.
But once again, I guess that's just my opinion. Writing has dropped. The quality of the writing has dropped. Not to a level that is unwatchable.
I mean, shit. They talked about some stuff in the backstory of just like one dude who basically made it from, essentially Winterfell area, that part of the north, all the way to the very north to the Children of the Forest.
Yeah.
To broker a deal to stop them, right?
Yep, and they turned him.
No.
That wasn't him.
No,
this different dude.
This was a different dude, and
okay.
He was surrounded
by the children, and then they.
No, not by the children. He was surrounded by what?
Oh wait, that was totally my fault. Oops.
I accidentally hit something. It was probably YouTube.
Yeah,
that's also very true. It might have been YouTube.
Because that shit just dropped.
I'm impressed we haven't really cussed.
Oh.
I've cussed.
Oh. And I think it is trying to come back. I don't know. It's gonna take a second. Let's see. That was weird.
Well, I wanted to talk about one more thing before we finished up.
Well, we're not done. We're at the very end.
We're almost. Yeah, I think it's.
That was the last thing to talk about.
We're at the coolest moment ever.
I think it's coming back. It is. No, it's still offline, but sheesh. This sucks. No, it's still offline. Let me check. Yeah, no, still offline. I'm gonna try to restart it on OBS and see if it kicks back up again. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I think YouTube just straight dropped us and I had to restart. Yeah, so I think the stream should be restarted now. Sorry about that. That was really weird. So I just restarted it. But if it is going, then let's finish it off. We 30 minutes in. We didn't want to make this one that long. So so let's talk about So we talked about Bran. We pretty much got to it, and let's talk about like we right before that, Theon completed his journey. He completed his character journey. And he died.
And then he totally died.
Then he died. But like we said, we knew it was gonna happen. We knew he was going to die protecting Bran to resolve himself. Absolve himself there.
Who all right, so he was 5.
Yeah.
Did we talk about
Jorah.
all this?
Jorah. We didn't. Okay.
Well, Jorah's after. He died after.
Protecting Daenerys after she fell off the dragon because she stupidly was on the ground.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was screaming in there. Why would you land? You're literally in a field full of undead zombies. Why in the heck would you land?
That was fucking stupid.
That's the dumbest thing to do. But Jorah comes, somehow he just makes it there. I don't even know why he's there. But,
Jorah has Dany vision.
He does. Jorah, he knows. It's like when girlfriends know when their boyfriend is doing something wrong. He just knows when Dany is around.
You know this from experience?
Yes, that actually did happen before, but I wasn't doing anything wrong. She just had girlfriend knowledge. It's weird, but so Jorah comes in to protect her and dies in the process of protecting her. Well, no, he protects her and dies from his wounds from protecting her because he went out. He went out like a G though. He took out everyone trying to protect her.
Yeah, he did.
And she got some kills in herself. Let's not forget that. She got some kills in.
But damn, Jorah.
Now, and she was, oh man, I told you I hate Dany. She was, oh man, she hit the ground and she was just like, oh man, I'm so terrified because I really fucked up right now.
Yeah, she totally did fuck up. But
now let's jump to the end. Yeah.
Theon died, Jorah died, and then
Whew.
It was one of the most drawn out, tense moments of the entire series.
Yeah.
Will Bran die?
No.
And then Macy Williams fucking
flies through the air. She Supermans her way through that shit.
He grabs her by the throat.
And she does it.
She fucking leaps to... And I like that scene.
She's a superhuman.
The other White Walkers just felt there was a breeze of air. And they didn't notice. And she just fucking ran right past them.
Somehow she did get through all of them. That was great. It almost felt.
She used her shadow step ability or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
She did because I was okay. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking that but okay. How did she make it through all of them?
See, so if you look at it, it looks more like she jumped off from somewhere because the angle she was coming in from was so high. There's no way she could have actually jumped that high.
No, she ran past them though.
It looked more like she was running over them somehow. I know that's like they implied she somehow ran past them.
Let's be real. They kind of didn't think about it too much. They just said we need her to do it, and so it happened.
You didn't put your phone on mute.
No, it's okay. Excuse that.
And then, but then of course she had the coolest kill.
Oh man, she pulled, as I said, she pulled a Winter Soldier, dropped the knife, like she pulled that the coolest.
Do you remember if she's left or right-handed in the show?
Oh, right.
So she knew this was gonna happen because she had the dagger in her left hand. Yeah. She knew she was gonna fail the first time with amazing foresight.
And it was so funny because he looked at the dagger drop and he was just like,
"What's happening right now?"
Okay, this is about to happen right now.
He was like, "I'm pretty sure I won, but it doesn't feel like I won."
He did, and he looked at her like, "Yeah," and then his eye hit the dagger like, "Oh, it's dropping." Fuck. Boom.
Wait, hold on. Why is it dropping? I won this fight. Why doesn't it feel like I won? And then she stabs him. That was awesome.
It was great. And you know what? It's the Night King's fault. He's so arrogant. The smartest thing to do, grab her and crush her throat right then and there because he has super strength. The Night King absolutely has super strength. But he should have crushed her throat right then and there.
But he had to.
That happened in a split second, though, mind you. That from the grab to the knife drop happened in a second.
It did happen.
It did,
really
fast. And honestly,
I don't think he would have been able to crush her that fast.
Yeah. Okay, so Timothy asks, do we think the Night King's lieutenants are alive? No. We saw them die, but so the way it's explained, only the Night King can make other White Walkers.
Yes.
So when he dies, everything dies
because they're all connected to him.
And
since they killed the source, so they killed all the White Walkers, and every White Walker and the Night King died, all of the zombies died.
They killed the magic.
So all of them are officially gone. The White Walkers are dead and done. All of Craster's kids have finally passed on.
Yep, and so no, Tim, they're gone. They're gone for good.
We saw them die too. You saw them turn into ice cubes.
Yeah, and then now let's spend this last couple minutes just going over how do we feel about the Night King? How do we feel about the undead army being done in episode 3 and Cersei being the last 3 episodes?
I feel like it's the most Game of Thrones thing they could have done.
I don't.
I honestly thought they were gonna get at least another 2 episodes.
I did think that too, but
yep.
But let's be really honest with ourselves here. What is the show called?
Oh, of course it's called Game of Thrones, but no. What I like. So the prediction I had made earlier to them was basically I thought they were gonna get to this moment where it was just like I thought it was gonna be Jon and the Night King and maybe his dragon swoops in, saves him, and then he flies off, and then they basically have to figure out how to rebuild, or he takes the zombies with him, or maybe he keeps the zombies. I don't know. Something happen. Night King survives. He makes it out, and then they have to basically go to Cersei. They either fight the army right then and there, Cersei's army, or they fight her, kill the mountain, maybe kill her, take the army back, and then go searching for the Night King, and then Game of Thrones, see who survives and who's on the throne.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like that's the Game of Thrones style of ending it, though.
No, and I get that. It's just, to me, it just feels like when you you're making goddamn Cersei Lannister the final thing. Like, I'm be honest with you, fuck her. They have dragons. There's Cersei's army can wipe a lot of them out, but she has dragons. All she has to do is fly into this city with both dragons and murder the entire city. Yes, she would murder about 1 million people. She murdered like 100,000 people, but still.
They talked about it in the previous episode and the episode before. It's like she's getting hated for doing shit like this.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
and as they even talked about in the previous season, no, if you just flew to King's Landing right now and did that, no, you're not going to rule people out of respect. You'll rule them out of fear, and you'll be no better than your father.
You don't want to, and they don't want to be that.
See, yeah, I mean, Tim says that would have been a better ending if they would have what I was saying. But I mean,
but
that
we
was
don't know. We haven't seen it.
No, yeah, I don't know. Like that's just me. That's just my thoughts in terms of Cersei being the bad. Like, I get it. It's Game of Thrones, and which tells me that last episode is going to be.
Epilogue.
It's gonna be
long epilogue.
It's gonna either be an epilogue. It's gonna absolutely be part epilogue and part figuring out who's on the throne once Cersei is defeated. Like, I feel like they're gonna use that last episode to figure all of that out.
And is that not the most Game of Thrones thing ever to do? Decide the politics of who will be upon the Iron Throne?
Yes, and I will say this: as long as it's not boring. Like the first episode. I liked it, but let's be real, it was a little boring. It was long and kind of boring.
I feel like they could have actually made it better if they just gave better explanations for things. Like the whole bit about Jon being on the dragon, if she had straight up just said, realistically, we're going to have to fight the Night King on Viserion, and the best thing we can do right now is teach your dumbass how to fly.
Yeah, pretty much.
If she just said that entire scene would have been excused for being just fan service, and it would have been understandable why he was there. She had to teach him how to learn to stay on the dragon, how to steer him around, and then she would have taught him the Dracarys. Yeah,
and they actually admitted that the reason why they had them stop at a waterfall was to make a callback to Ygritte's. Him and Ygritte at the waterfall. They said, and that's when I said I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like the meta part of that. The whole like, oh, let's call back because. The Jon that we know, that moment would have happened, and he wouldn't have been all like, yeah, let me kiss on Dany. It would have brought back that memory, and he would have remembered the love that he had for Ygritte, and it probably would have been like a awkward moment for him.
It's potential that still happened, but he was just like,
not the way they shot it, and that was my issue. Like, if they would have did that, then I would have 100% been okay with them hitting the waterfall. That feeling hitting him, and he's just like, a little awkward. Let's leave.
I agree. It would have been better if they had done that part better. Just that first episode felt like such an afterthought.
The first episode was very much so. It was so much setup, and that's why I'm like, if these this next 3 episodes have to be payoff to the point where no one complains. Like no one can complain about this except for the Night King being dead.
Here's what I imagine.
Other than that,
episode 4 is going to be fighting the merchant company and taking back King's Landing. Episode 5 is probably going to be Cersei's trial. And they're just going to take an hour and a half to shit all on her and then kill her. And then episode 6 is going to be who is upon the Iron Throne. That has to be it, right?
If they do it, like I said, if they do that, they have to get back to George level dialogue and George level like just writing to make these next 3 episodes amazing. Because the thing is with a lot of stories, it's not always about.
I will say these producers are far better at creating combat and like battles and stuff like that. But I don't know about like political drama like the.
That's what I said. It's George. Like that's why the show made a name for itself because of George's dialogue and writing in terms of the political intrigue. George knows how to do that. They don't, which is why what happened to Littlefinger, which is why as we saw Tyrion had almost little to do for 2 seasons.
He's had very little to do.
And that's because they didn't know how to really write that. They were really great with like Ramsay. Like that was amazing what they did with Ramsay. Even though a lot of that was from the book too. But they did a lot. They knew how to do a lot of that stuff. But the political intrigue, which is what makes Game of Thrones, they dropped the ball on, and I get it. It's not their forte. I understand that. It is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm a kind of little worried on these last 3, but I'm still going into them like, if y'all can give me some amazing stuff again, I'm 100% for these 3 episodes.
I'm not worried about the next episode because the next episode I think is going to be still a lot of fighting and battle, and at the very least it's going to be a deliberation between warring parties.
Yeah. So I mean,
honestly, the one I'm really worried about is trying Cersei, because that's gonna happen. It has to happen, right?
Either that happens or Arya kills her.
It's not gonna be Arya. We've already discussed this. It's going to be Jaime.
Oh yeah, you're right. It has to be.
Which is how we knew Jaime wasn't going to die in this battle. Yeah. So it didn't matter what they showed us of him.
Oh, so now we do get Jaime and Bronn. We get Bronn going after them because she said if them 2 survive the war, don't let them come back.
That's right. You're right. So that's gonna be part of the next episode as well. Then maybe
next 2. It has to be next 2. I would imagine it should be next episode because I mean we haven't been to King's Landing in 2 episodes. So which is fine.
We were in King's Landing in episode 1.
So,
yes, we were. Bronn. That's when she.
Was he technically in King's Landing?
Yes.
Were you guys not happier with my choice of like not checking the fucking time of the episode?
I was fine.
Oh yeah. I was cool. I was cool with that.
I think that's a better idea.
But yeah, so that those are pretty much our thoughts on this episode on what's to come.
It's a huge fight, big fight scene.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who else is gonna not make it out of this, because there's still gonna be like everybody can't survive. Like everybody survived this, but everybody can't survive the entire series.
How else are they gonna kill them? Political assassination? Is she gonna make another bomb? Maybe
she's gonna do some crazy shit.
Well, no, wait. What if that's her final plan? She does as much damage to them as she can, admits defeat, gets everyone in the courtroom, and says, "Suicide bomb!" And then,
like the Mad King was trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. What if that's her plan? She just takes after the Mad King. That'd be kind of cool, actually.
It would be it would absolutely be that kind of bringing it full circle.
Yes.
Whereas they got him off the throne only for her to get on the throne and actually complete what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're gonna go like that because that's beyond bittersweet. That's just like holy crap! You just had her blow up everyone.
That's
like
the most
she did.
Cersei thing.
It is.
Ever.
Oh, Cersei would absolutely. But no, it's the most Cersei thing, and then even more Cersei is her finding a way to escape and lock everyone else inside so everyone else dies. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So. That was those are our thoughts.
Man, I could see her actually putting wildfire everywhere around King's Landing. Not not just there, but
she would light the
everywhere.
entire place down. She
Yes,
would burn it
yes,
all. You're
she would.
That would be
absolutely right.
bittersweet.
She would absolutely burn all of King's Landing to stop it from falling into their hands.
More so, it would be less of like, I don't think they'll die. More, they'll just have nothing to rule over.
Because now this is the last thing, and then remember, in the books, there's a prophecy that
her brother will kill her.
No. There's a prophecy that Dany was told, and I don't know if she had it in a dream or if it was just a prophecy.
No, it was she had a couple prophecies given to her. It was at the Temple of the Magicians.
Yes. So one of them was that she will go to she will be at King's Landing. The Iron Throne will be broken and the city will be in ruins.
That's right.
And she and the dragons one. And I think it's like going to be a dragon corpse and everything. So there's if they're smart enough to use that to know that prophecy and use it, then yeah, these last 2 episodes could be ridiculous.
I mean,
and one dragon could die.
It's probably going to be Rhaegal.
Nah.
He's hurt.
Nah, I think if they do kill a dragon, they're gonna kill
Drogon.
They're gonna kill Drogon.
See, I feel like
they're gonna leave Rhaegon for Jon. If they kill one, they would leave Rhaegon for Jon.
See, I feel
Rhaegar. They would keep
leave. It's Rhaegal.
Rhaegar
is the brother.
Yes, they would leave Rhaegar for Jon.
I mean.
Oh no! So Tim, Jon's Rhaegar is not dead. He pops up in the preview of the next episode.
Yes, we did see him.
He hit the ground and was like, "All right, I'm out." Like he's like, "I'm out to fight, guys. I'm sorry."
I was curious about that too, but it was one of the like a middle shot. You see a green foot and the black body going by in a you see both dragons flying.
Yeah, I'm saying when they're on the ships, when they get their ships, they're both flying.
Both living dragons, so we know they're both alive.
So yeah, all right, that was it. That's all our predictions. That's our recap. This episode was fucking bonkers. Sorry about the kind of cut towards the end of the stream. The stream went down. Sorry about that, guys. But
thank you once again.
Thanks, Tim, thanks for watching once again. This episode. Oh man, this is gonna be an episode people talk about for a long time. Like I will say this, and I will end it on this. Right, if they can end this beautifully, then what happens is this goes down as an amazing show that will be watched for years to come. If they don't, this show will not be watched for years to come, because the same reason why Lost isn't watched anymore. No one wants to watch a show to get to the ending and it's bullshit.
Okay, but Lost its momentum halfway through because
a lot of people dipped out. A lot of people dipped out on Game of Thrones season 6.
That's not halfway through though. That's
not halfway through, but
end.
three more seasons. If they don't end it perfectly, it's not like they have to end it. Like I said, they have to end it on a level that everyone goes, yeah, I can watch this series full through again. And that's because that's what's going to keep the money flowing for HBO. This series needs to be watched on HBO now for the next 10, 20 years. It has to. And that's dependent on them. It's dependent on the ending.
We will see. I want it to be good. I really do.
Yeah. So that was it. We will see y'all next week. And if I find the time, because I'm trying to finish finals, I will try to get a video out, just a regular video. But I haven't really been having the time. But